Hey, crypto media friends, welcome to a really late overtime hustle here in Los Angeles, running those NFT side games. Love doing it. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I do this live because it's all going to change tomorrow and the day after. But today, you have the opportunity to learn about. This one's going to be for the filmmakers. This one's going to be for the aspiring, the established, and how to use these tools as filmmakers in blockchain to get paid, to raise funds. A lot of the things that bookend our experience as filmmakers and as creators. I think NFTs have done some significant work 6 months ago, and we're going to reference actually back 6 months ago because the NFTs of Stoner Cats and of Glue Factory, we've covered here on the show many times, have helped to initiate the fundraising side and sort of the disruption on the fundraising side of media. On the distribution side, it seems to be a bit more centric. I'll be honest, it doesn't seem very decentralized in that world because you have these massive entities like Theta. In the comment section, if you watch Theta, please comment because nobody watches Theta, right? This is why this is still a wide open field. And what we have today is a long gestating project that we've mentioned on the side, but has now decided to sort of make a bow at Sundance, and it's Fox's funded Eluvio project, Eluvio.io, and they have decided they've done some really amazing, interesting deals with Fox, with Dan Harmon, with Rick and Morty and Come On Guys Community, and to do his new show Krapopolis, which is coming. And that was, again, these are stories that have been playing very early on. They also are the blockchain for the WWE, which partnered with Fox. And I think Fox has done a very smart job here in partnering with technologists in Eluvio to create a platform for themselves, a distribution platform for themselves. And so this is now Fox's arm, and it's very, they're not saying like, hey, this is Fox and you should come watch this. They're like, oh yeah, this is Eluvio. And so they've rallied their support behind a very small doc that's coming out of Sundance called ANGST. And let's walk through ANGST and sort of how this actuates, because they're that's the thing is with Web3, we're always talking about like, well, how do you not be faced with the wallet being cumbersome. The technological cumbersomeness that comes with my speech is like Web3. You're just like, I got to get the wallet, and then I got to get the Ethereum in there. This is on the Ethereum chain, but I will say everything did feel very Web2 in my approach and my interaction with this website, to the point where I was almost, it had like some mild KYC, and I was just like, is this even Web3? But this is perhaps the magic of what they call the fabric. And so with IndieFlix, a traditional distributor, it's got some history and not a lot of it good apparently. Some of the feedback in one of my groups was very not great about IndieFlix, but they have been bought by a new company called Liquid, perhaps in that way of a really bad restaurant putting that big sign saying new management. They're trying to rebrand, and in that sense, I mean, they got a great name, IndieFlix, and to bring this project to an audience. Anytime you have a Sundance film, you have this stamp of approval, which allow you to market with it. And documentary that's coming out of Sundance will have some, as we call, heat, and that heat will allow you to market the film. And so that's why I think they're very interested in this film. It's germane. It's talking about mental health and anxiety. And it's interesting, like in some of the promotion materials, they have like Joshua Jackson and Michael Phelps. Apparently Phelps is in this talking about his own anxiety, but I didn't see any in the prep. I wonder if like it's one of those things where you're like, you start shooting a documentary and then, oh my God, we got Michael Phelps, like, towards the end of it, because we had done such a great job and showed just a little bit of of promise with the story. of it being authentic. And I think that that's kind of what I see in the marketing so far. But this is a very low profile. This is very like indie sort of label. You know, this is mind you, this is Fox, this is Eluvio, this is a very, very powerful group of technologists who have brought together an interesting platform. We'll cover it a little later here as we go along down this journey. But let's start at the initial interface, which is the most important, being the viewer. So I go to this website, and I have until the 31st of January. And this is very rare for a Sundance premiere to also have a window of exposition on another platform. This may be the sign of the times because of COVID and the way that Sundance has not let anybody physically go to the theaters, rightly so. So this is a great time to then experiment. And so what they've done is they said you have till the 31st to see this. You just go to the website. And like I'll put it down in the links below. And you can... First, you know, you can watch the film, but you'll have immediate access to two NFTs. One is Revelation, and the other one is I think is kind of clever, a tips and tricks action list, so you can hack your own brain and manage your anxiety. I think that's awesome. That's valuable. A third one they say is going to be a drop to share the screening's impact. Hey, make it a token drop, right? So, and then the exclusive ANGST NFT, which was an interesting posit towards the end. So after you're done watching the film, if you feel like you'd like to contribute monetarily, you have the ability to buy this NFT for $20. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to take one for the team as I do often. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification because I take them for the team. And because I'm interested, I don't understand quite how this is actuating on the Ethereum blockchain, which they proclaim to be a part of. This has to be some sort of layer 2 operation because I minted one and it didn't cost me $115 in gas fees. So I kept scratching my head, but let's proceed. So to start, you have to create the Eluvio wallet, and you watch the film. Then you can download these NFTs, and then you can donate the $20 if you'd like to in the ANGST NFT that is retradable on secondary markets. I think that's probably the one that's going to be the interesting play, is because then you're going to have to get that onto OpenSeas, and so that'll come with a cost. It's more than $20 if we're playing with the Ethereum machine. So you're going to have 10,000 per the 3 NFTs. The fourth one, the ANGST NFT, will have a series of 5,000. Currently, and these are some of the organizations that they're helping. Half of which will go to the charities. The other half, hopefully, to the filmmakers. Actually, it's going to go to the distributors, and they'll decide on what to give the filmmakers after this. And this is the sort of, I don't want to say the sad part, but this is like the technologists are coming in with these well-funded series of funding rounds. Their Series A was a $100 million valuation, which I think is probably far more now. Fox was part of that round. Very high publicity, a very well-known story, but it also, here we'll play. The trailer actually, again, was very surprisingly, I was nonplussed. It was very simple, and it had just this, very nice person talking about their anxiety, cut to, high school basketball games. Who can say anxiety without a high school basketball game? I can see, but this is the thing. It's like, this movie is probably going to make me anxious watching this. So kudos to the filmmakers, because obviously this is great quality, and it made it to Sundance. Now, that being said, so I go and I do a bit of KYC. I start a wallet, and with the wallet you just do the email and your name and things you typically don't do with a wallet. But there was no seed phrase. The wallet seemed to me a bit more like a cookie that was tied into the website, into my login. It didn't really quite have that capacity, it seemed, to take it as a browser wallet, traditional like MetaMask, into other areas. So I was a bit concerned there. But I will say, they do have marketplace, and here's their offerings. You can download these today. Get 2 free NFTs, guys. And it didn't cost me anything, which was weird. It says it's part of the Ethereum machine, but you can get these now, and then if you'd like to, you can purchase the $20 one. Effectively going towards the charity as well as the filmmakers / distribution partner. Now, it's and then you play it's and then you just play the movie. I think that's what's the great part. There was no Web3 component of obfuscation that is very challenging with mints like the Budweiser mint, that got erased by. That I talked about. It went live. We had a good time. We were listening to a lot of great tracks. But YouTube said, no, you can't play that track. And so, but, the obfuscation and the challenge of Web3 is how to actuate these great decentralized tools that we have as filmmakers on the distribution side without the obfuscation, without, all these things. And getting the wallet and, getting Ethereum into my wallet. That's challenging. And it's only if you've gone through the process and taken the time and are brave enough to take the step forward, because quite honestly, it's damn frightening. Where's your money going? Did I get all 24 of those characters right? So, but here I put in, small KYC. Says, hey, here's your wallet, mint your NFTs if you'd like, and they're part of my wallet only on this website, I will say again. But the ANGST movie starts, and so you can watch this movie. It is only about 40-some minutes long, so not quite a feature. I will say it loaded up very nice, and this is the problem. It looks good. The challenge, with Vimeo, as we all know, anyone who's submitted and posted a video before, on platforms, you're like, YouTube is very chunky, and I'm probably bobbling in and out of chunk, and they do keep the audio quite nice, but like visually, it's very challenging, because then you step into Vimeo, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna buffer and wait and stop the experience. And so here, IndieFlix with Eluvio has something you can stream. Very, very, very nice stream. It's I would say better than Netflix in terms of it's not heavily used right now, so maybe I'm benefiting from a lot of that. But the technology, and we talk a lot about that, with the Netflix episode, here as a decentralized technology seems to be quite good. And so there it is. It minted. It took a while. It took a couple minutes. It minted for me, and then there's a marketplace. The marketplace is very insular, and it's okay. I think every marketplace has the right to begin and to start, and you're not going to have Bored Apes and sort of the marquee things on there. But it is Ethereum, and it is ostensibly, and but it is a marketplace that they host. So that being said, you start looking into Eluvio and what they are as a blockchain provider, and I think that's the thing is they're doing a really smart job at making this very basic in terms of its approach and its interface. The interface was very simplistic. The user engagement, the UX was very simple, and that's important because again, I didn't feel I had to jump through a lot of Web3 hoops to get here. They proclaim that they have the Content Fabric is a high-performing software network for managing and distributing large-form content like video in ways never before possible, and apparently they have the technology to do it. It's they're calling it decentralized, and they're just there's a lot of proprietary stuff in how they're utilizing metadata, blockchain, ledger, smart contracts, and code for flexible, reusable, and scalable composition. Upon request, consumable media is composed from these fundamental elements through the Fabric software and stack. So there's a lot of layers, and I entreat you to come if you're into the tech side. But I think it's more about servicing and content creators, and I think that that's what they're building here in a big way. It's you got the idea of superior performance, you have the idea of low cost, you have the idea of monetization opportunities, because you can content advertising are personalized. You can create a coin with whom, and this is the thing. These, referencing back again to the 6 months ago, these are all things that we sort of expected to be there, but these take time to develop. And this project, ANGST, is kind of one of their first to actually go live. Like, we'll kind of look at the WWE story and all these sort of things. They have the partnerships, they have the capital. It's just a matter of getting this stuff done. And so, but I like the approach, starting with something very small like ANGST, and leveraging sort of the ease of use in which I was able to watch this piece of content. I think, when you look down at their roadmap, they've got a lot of stuff going. They have a lot of really interesting things that as creators can help us, whether that's, the metadata tagging, the internet scale marketplace for content, user engagement, and sponsorship, opening up a lot of ideas for content creators to incorporate a lot of the different streams, as well as creating your own coin, as well as engaging with audiences, clearly with your own NFTs. You got the video, you got the NFTs. It's all right, kind of within the same click away from each other, and I think that that's really important as a platform, as having a platform. When you have a piece of content, you have all these things that you'd like to engage with. Now, is it a bit ham-fisted? Yes, but it has the right to exist because I think it's on the right track. And so, I think you can go into like how hyper efficient their architecture is. It's a lot of the same spiel that you see from a lot of the picks and shovels out there currently. I don't know what their fabric is that makes them sort of head and shoulders above some of the other decentralized video platforms that we've seen. We're actually going to talk to one on Friday. Well, somebody has experience launching a video platform, and she's actually pivoted into something that I think is even more interesting, into public works and using the blockchain within city structure. So I want to finish off Eluvio just by kind of talking a bit about the things that we did see a while ago, and that's part of why I think. So there's the WWE Fox Entertainment thing. So this is about 3 months ago, October 28th. This is huge. This is WWE. They have just so much in terms of a library in which to bring to this space. And so this is a major, major get. With, again, the Eluvio with Fox, who has formed with Bento Box to create this company, this arm, if you will, of Fox that will delve into Web3 and have, again, potentially one of the best techs in Web3, technological advancements in it, because again, this was quite easy, and that's very, very important. And so they're identifying the opportunities in this space, and boy, are they getting them. Like I said, that $100 million valuation is going to be a lot more when they go to the next round. And so, this was, Fox getting into the space of what I think was interesting here was they've completed the $100 million A round. The vendors also providing underlying tech for Blockchain Creative Labs, which is the name of the Fox and Bento Box collaboration. So Blockchain Creative Labs is this arm of Fox, and so keep an eye on what's going on with this project with ANGST. Check out ANGST. I mean, it's by all accounts. So if you listen to Joshua Jackson said this is a great film. Talking about very important, cogent, things going on in the world today regarding mental health. We all need a little of that. We all need a little better understanding of that these days. So thank you. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm trying to get to 1,000 of you guys subscribers because I love talking about this stuff. And I know this is a very esoteric, deep dive-ish one into something that's very specific to filmmakers and media creators and content creators. But this is who I make this for artists and for musicians and for creators of all types, to try and understand and learn how these tools are developing and becoming available. This is why I do it live, because in about 2 weeks somebody is going to take this and say, oh my God, go, they're going to run to this company, run to Eluvio, run to Blockchain Creative. Everyone's going to be pitching Blockchain Creative Labs. If you're not, you should definitely start preparing your pitch to Blockchain Creative Labs. And sounds like a chicken, Blockchain Creative Labs, preparing pitches for them, because they have the Eluvio network that is ostensibly quite good in terms of delivery. And this is the thing, the disruption in this space, sadly, is becoming more and more centralized. It was a good move on Fox to sort of latch into this and develop it for themselves, because like I said, this the way that it breaks down, 50% is going to go to charity, 50%, the other half of the pie, you don't know kind of where it's going. Pretty sure Eluvio is going to have something off the top of that. They are working on a coin. They were ELV. Again, these things take time, but they were working on their own coin from which it would back the coins that you would create, and you would probably create some sort of LP liquidity pool of your coins to give it some sort of financial stability with their coin ELV. But that coin hasn't come out yet. That coin hasn't been distributed or dropped. But hey, maybe it's part of this drop that they're going to do as part of watching ANGST. So go check it out. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and take care of your own mental health and be well. This is a tough